3, 2, 1.
Welcome
0.
back. He waited.
Action.
He went 3, 2, 1, and I was like, "That's fine. It's insane, but that's fine." 1, 2, 3, and then he spoke again. Did you notice that? Yeah, you did. That's fine, Eric. That's the intro to the show you get. That's what you get. That's the start of the Creating Character podcast. This episode, it is the most controversial, least controversial podcast you could possibly listen to about the cross section of where we are and where we want to be and where we came from. My name is James Willems. I do the intro every single week under duress. And I'm joined, as always, by Scorpio Sky.
Look at this Nickelback.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you say last
What
week?
were you?
Wasn't that what you said last week?
When you were saying something like that, I was like, what's he doing?
Now you know exactly what I was going through last week. You were sitting right next to me.
I do know your experience now.
You said, now you understand my experience.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, where is he going with this? This is wild. Weird, wild stuff.
This is the worst introduction to the episode. I hope this is where someone starts. I really hope this is where someone starts.
We definitely have had to have worse than this. We had to.
Well, let us know down in the comments if we've had worse than this. The person responsible for this mess is, as always, our producer, Eric Bedour.
Yep.
Oh, I don't imagine that somebody watched the Chris Van Fleet episode and they went, "This is great. I love these guys. What fun energy. Let me see what this next episode. Oh, they don't have a guest. Oh, I wonder what this show's like. Oh, this is what the show's like." You know, they're going to stick it out. I feel like they're in on this. You know, it's fine. It'll be okay. It'll be fine.
They're finding their footing. This is episode 19.
Listen,
episode 19.
if it's one thing I've learned in the wrestling business is you find what works and you keep doing it until it stops working. So let's talk about some popcorn, everybody.
No. What?
Greatest hits. You go to the greatest hits.
As someone who was totally fine with the popcorn controversy from a couple weeks ago, I don't know how it. Is there been an evolution in the story? Have you found more, spoken to people about it? You talked to some pilots, didn't you?
Oh, that's right.
Tell us the pilot story.
Okay, so I got to Toronto last week, and we, it actually was, remember a while back we were talking about, flying and the clapping and if you land. And I was reading the comments under that episode, and there was, I think, a pilot in our comments, and he was saying, like, it's a little, like, hit or miss. Some pilots like when you clap and some pilots hate it. And I didn't know that. And so I was on a shuttle going to the airport or going from the airport to the hotel, and there was a couple pilots there, and I was like, "Excuse me, if you don't mind me asking, do you like it or dislike it when people clap when you land?" And he was just kind of like, either way. He didn't really care that much. Like, he was okay with it. I think he had an opinion, but he wasn't comfortable.
He wasn't going to share it. Yeah.
The other pilot didn't say anything, so I'm assuming he hates it. But a real nice guy, and we were talking about the popcorn thing.
So, Nat, the first part of the conversation was, "Hey, I was just wondering, because you guys are pilots, how do you feel about the clapping?" And they gave you mixed response, and then you went, "Now that I got your attention."
What about popcorn? I brought up the show, and he was interested. He actually subscribed to the show. So if you're watching, I forgot his name. Oof. Horrible. Please comment so we know. Thank you for subscribing, and let us know your true feelings. Do you not like it, or do you like it?
What did they think about the popcorn, though?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, great.
Listen, when I'm on the road, I'm so tired all the time.
But the difference is you sought out these. They just were probably trying to get to their hotel, right? They had just landed a plane.
Yeah.
An impossible task that seems to defy all of nature. They achieved that. Did anyone clap on your flight? Probably not. No one clapped for them. Then you come up to them on a shuttle and say, "Hey, how do you feel about the clapping?" And they go, "Well, it doesn't matter because no one clapped the hell for us anyway." And then you go, "All right, well, I forgot your name, but what about popcorn at a movie theater?" They said something back to you and you went, "I don't know what they said," and went on with their life.
Not a great, I'm not really good at conversation. In Philadelphia, a few weeks before that, I went down to the little lobby market before bed. I just wanted to grab a snack or something, and there was a beer, and I was like, "Oh, beer sounds good." So I grabbed a beer, and I went in the elevator, and there was a pilot in the elevator, and he hit the button for me, And I was like, oh, thank you very much. And he said, oh, yeah, no problem. Now you got to give me a sip of that beer. And I was like,
what?
I kind of popped for it. And he was like, oh, it probably sounds funny with me in this uniform. And I was like, oh, no, you're probably off. It's fine. And then he says, no, in about 60 seconds, I'm going to be on YouTube in my room. And he felt the need to tell me that. So I don't know what he was. Hopefully he's watching this show. But probably not.
This is so. Are you sure it was an actual pilot and not some guy who was like dressed as a pilot? Like he was dressed like a pilot, but he didn't have sleeves on, and I could see his chest hair beneath his shirt.
Whatever your kink is, it's fine. Whatever.
It'd be great if he's like, let me get some of that beer. I can't do anything with. I got a couple beers in me. And then he hits the
weird
3.
Thing to say, actually.
He hits the 3 on the elevator. It bumps a little bit. And he's like, oh, whoa, what was that?
He's like, give me a sip of that beer.
I can't get out of bed without a couple beers in me.
I really want to know what he was going to watch on YouTube because he really shared that.
Flying videos.
Just like 60 seconds. I'm going to be on YouTube in my room. Like, what are you watching, sir?
Do you think pilots watch trains on YouTube? You know how some people watch train videos on YouTube? Like,
do they have those kind of videos?
Yeah,
on
well,
YouTube?
they'll be like, someone's like, I'm going to go on a train trip, and they'll have like the view out. Here's what the cabin looks like, and here's.
Don't.
I don't know who you're pointing at, Eric. You're pointing at the audience,
Him.
and they're nodding back. And they're nodding back. It is a genre on YouTube, like most things, and they are long train trips. And it is someone who's like, this is my cabin. This is what it looks like. This is where I stow my luggage. And then they go, oh, we're pulling out of the station.
Everyone's lined up for the train. Everyone's waiting their turn.
It's a thing on
They all
YouTube.
get on the
It's
train.
a genre, millions and millions of views.
Oh, boy. All right. So, pivoting a little bit, what have you been up to? We haven't checked in with each other in a while. You know, we had a guest last week, Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah.
He was great.
Awesome.
Really fun to talk to. Got to have him again.
Yeah.
But that also means it's been a couple of weeks since you and I have checked in. I'm
Yeah.
a big checker-inner guy.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
what that
Chris
means.
also, after the podcast was over, hung out for a little bit and was
Yeah.
like looking at our channel, talking about our thumbnails, spinning up ideas for great guests that he was great, like super open book. And then this is the follow up to that.
Yeah, not a great follow up.
If he's watching this episode and he's like, I wonder how those guys are doing, he's done. This
is as if like Sean followed up the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12. We went out and like just stunk up the joint.
Yeah.
And then I think my phone might have was that my phone?
I think it was.
Dude,
We're really good here.
this is a
Don't say we.
mess.
I'm desperately trying to survive both
Maybe
of
it's
you.
Chris.
Maybe it's Chris.
Maybe it's a pilot.
He's called. Hey, you guys having a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
episode?
Hey, I know you
No.
normally record around this
Nuh-uh.
time. I hope things are going well.
Wait a minute.
It's
Hold
the
on.
pilot.
Hold on a second. Shout out to my boy Angelo Trinidad. He texted me, went to the theater to get popcorn because of your posts. There's the picture and the
you
proof.
just got
You
that
probably
right now?
can't
Got
see
to
it.
be kidding me! Come on!
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Well, I guess it was a good thing that the ringer was on.
This sucks.
Hey, man. It's a phenomenon at this point.
Yeah.
It's
it really is.
revolution.
I just think it's really expensive for popcorn. That's my only issue. Is I wouldn't pay that
Yes.
much for popcorn. It's not the movie theater aspect. I acknowledge the difference, but I don't know that the threshold for that. I mean, I think pizza is a thing that I'm not willing to pay too much for pizza. I think pizza's gotten too expensive, but I'm an old man. That's what this podcast is about. Speaking of old man, I got up to stuff. And it's
What'd you get
related
up
to you, Sky.
Old man stuff.
I went to your old stomping ground.
You went to my old stomping ground.
That's right. Not Scary Farms.
Oh, okay. How was it?
I went to the opening night of Not Scary Farms, and I had a blast. I love it. I think it's so much fun. I don't want to have these two brands battling over me, but if I had to choose between Halloween Horror Nights and Not Scary Farms, I'm going to pick Not Scary Farms every single time.
Oh, Horror Nights is that Universal?
That's Universal.
I've never been to the Universal.
I've done Universal a bunch. I love the convenience of it being right in central to LA and not having to drive out to basically Disneyland to go to Knott's Berry Farms. But Halloween Horror Nights is very crowded. It's only gotten exponentially more expensive in the last couple of years. And it's a lot of brands. Like for 2 years, they had a weekend maze. Excuse me, The Weekend
Okay,
maze.
I was like, huh?
A maze themed about the weekend,
Okay.
which they weren't necessarily bad, but when you're in it, you're like, what am I doing? It's like a mannequin him going like, like getting electrocuted.
That's not scary at all.
And it's not scary. They do a lot of movie tie-ins or TV. There's like a Stranger Things one, and I think Stranger Things season 4 was out, but because of how long it takes to design the maze, it was all Stranger Things season 2.
Stranger Things shot out, Aaliyah. We were talking about that earlier.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. All right. Actually, can I tell the story? Okay. Actually, really quick. It's funny. This was like I'm getting old story. So I come in today and she's on the phone and she's like, I'm trying to win these tickets.
This is our engineer, by the way.
Yeah, it's our engineer.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. And so I was like, to who? What concert? And she said, Joe. And I was like, oh, like Joe from back in the like I can tell you
come
lying because
on.
when you replied,
You're so old.
Yeah, I know. And she was like, she laughed.
The one
at
with
me.
the D.
She literally laughed at me and said like, and it was the guy from Stranger Things. And then so like a moment later, I think to myself, yeah, of course, like. Who's trying to win tickets to Joe from 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, I felt so dumb.
Well,
and uncool.
that's okay.
But anyway, sorry, continue.
No, I'll just add on top of that my wife also really likes Joe, but refuses.
Which Joe?
She said, "Da Joe, D Joe, or whatever." And I have to tell her I'm out of touch, but I go, I think it's Joe. She goes, but it's spelled Da Joe, and I go, I think it's Joe though.
Joe, is it DJOE?
DJO, right?
Oh, it's
DJO.
DJO.
You've heard the songs. If you've been on Instagram, you've heard their songs. And I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. You've heard it. So I went to Not Scary Farms. And it was a blast. It's awesome. I think the ambience of that place is just like super fun.
Yeah.
It's like a ghost town during the day. So if you go at night, it's just even better. It seems like the scare people that you used to work alongside have a good time doing it.
I wonder who was actually working and who was, maybe tucked away in the break room.
Oh, yeah.
Should have been working.
I was going to say, I pray that you don't know anyone who's still there.
Oh, maybe.
That'd be
maybe.
sad.
I used to know people that would do it every year. It's just a seasonal job.
Yeah.
I actually have a friend, his name's Tyler, and he spent like a year or so traveling the country and maybe even some other countries going to different haunts.
Oh, cool.
And I mean, I guess they were up probably year round because he couldn't do it in just one season. So he would just, he must have gone to, dozens, and he ended up writing a paper or something on it after. But he was always telling me about it. Him and I, we used to run a wrestling school together at the time, and he was always kind of telling me about it. And it sounded really interesting. He might be a guy we should get on the show at some point, especially when we get closer to Halloween.
Yeah.
Because he told me about some very cool ones.
Yeah. I mean, every year there's a thing called the SoCal Haunt List. I guess we're getting into Halloween now.
We are.
We're like a week away from October. But I and my wife, we celebrate Halloween for about 2 months leading up to Halloween. And so there's a thing called the SoCal Haunt List where people who just have a home or whatever with a yard and they plan on going above and beyond decorations wise will submit for this SoCal Haunt List, and you can look it up and you can see people who are just like, yeah, drive by. Is it a drive by, or should you stop and park and then like go look? Some people will have certain things that happen at certain times, like, at like 8 p.m. and then at 10:30 we like flip a switch and it has like a light show that happens, or there's like
cool.
a little automated performance or whatever. But some of them are like fully blown mazes.
Wow.
There's-
I've heard of that
yeah.
with like Christmas, but not like with Halloween, which is very cool.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. Like Halloween we're right around the corner, and then that means we're like right around the corner and one more turn away from Christmas season.
And then the next year.
And then it's already going to be 2026, man.
That's crazy. Time flies.
Yeah, it sure does. It's strange.
How do you feel about haunted houses in general? Do you like haunted houses?
I like them.
You like going through them?
Yeah. I'm not a big like haunting person, I'll tell you, but I've always enjoyed going through like haunted houses. Never been a big like horror movie guy. Are you a horror movie guy at all?
I am.
So I saw The Conjuring, the one that just
came
out.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, it's the first one I ever saw.
Okay, great. You started at the end.
Yeah, I started at the end, which is great. But I actually just recently went back and watched the first one, and I enjoy those actually quite a bit because they're not like corny, cheesy, like like jump scare type stuff, and the fact that it's a true story makes it all the cooler to me.
It's a quote unquote true story. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to probably continue to watch those.
I'd say the first two Conjuring movies are in a tier above the 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the first 2 a lot. And then if you really want to, you can break out into the whole Conjuring universe.
Yeah,
They got the cuckoo, I call it.
What is the doll?
Annabelle.
Angelica, or
Annabelle and the nun. Yeah, Angelica.
Angelica.
My,
Throwing an A name out there.
my favorite thing about the Conjuring world and its whole based on a true story thing, other than the fact that like the main characters are like just grifters. Like,
Are they?
They're just total con
I don't really know the story
people
that
that like
well.
just grifted people out of their money and stuff.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The actors are so good that it makes you like really love Ed and Lorraine Warren,
Yeah.
but like the actual people were just terrible.
Wow.
They were terrible.
I like that they show the pictures of everybody at the end too.
Yeah, you can see the difference in the pictures. But all of those haunting stories are, it was a low-income family, and they had 8 children, and the children started seeing things. Strange things started happening. I was like, yeah, because you had 6 middle kids, right? Like, it was all these kids in a tiny house struggling for attention to survive. Like, of course. And they're like, well, things would just happen. We couldn't explain. I was like, you don't know where half these kids are like 90% of the time. Of course, strange things are
So you
happening.
think it's just the kids playing tricks?
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff?
for sure.
Oh man.
I mean, I think it's a manifestation of the tensions of the home that are kind of coming out in that.
They make it seem real evil in the movie.
In the most recent one, Last Rites, I also love that they're in Pennsylvania, right? And the house has that giant chemical factory behind it, and I'm like, I'm sure that's not influencing anything.
Right.
The giant haystack spewing coal into the air or whatever.
Real.
They
Yeah.
come outside and huff it and then go inside and say, I saw a ghost.
Yeah. You're right. Oh man.
But they're very fun movies. I love those movies. Yeah.
That's fun.
James, you said that you do not. I actually have a couple things. You talked about Halloween Horror Nights. Are you going to go and check out that Wyatt 6 like WWE?
Oh, is that
thing?
one of the
Do you
is
know
that one
about
of the
that?
mazes that they have this year?
Why can't I go?
You're not allowed to talk about that.
I guess you can go too. I mean, maybe you know some of the workers
Yeah,
there
I'm
also.
pretty
I
close
don't know,
to
but
Y6.
yeah, I
I
mean,
guess
you
I
can go
can sit this
also.
conversation
You guys can
out.
go together and hold hands. It's fine. Just keep each other from
Maybe.
being
What
scared.
is it exactly?
But yeah, it's a whole maze based on Bray Wyatt and all
The
of
family?
the character stuff.
Oh, I didn't
dope.
realize
Yeah.
that. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that's cool, but I also think the whole time I'd go like, this is based on a wrestling gimmick.
Were you? but
Yes,
were
I
you
think
guys?
that's
Were you guys
the
ever
tough part.
scared of wrestlers when you were kids?
No.
Because I was.
I mean, The Undertaker was scary.
I was afraid of the Undertaker. I was afraid of Sid.
Okay.
I
But
was-
like you don't want to get caught in a dark alley with him kind of way. Not necessarily like an otherworldly, right? Like Sycho Sid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when he was feuding with Hulk Hogan, and I don't know why I put so much breath on that. Hulk Hogan. And like remember he did that segment on the barber shop, and Brutus his gimmick, he had the
Yeah.
face injury, right?
Yeah.
And so like Sid is like, I'm gonna rearrange your face, and he starts like ripping the barbershop. I was legitimately
Okay.
afraid for. I was like, get out of there, Brudeye.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Get out of there, Brudeye. Are there 2 of them?
that was his nickname, wasn't it, Brudeye? Like, get out of there, Brudeye.
Brother
Yeah.
Brudeye,
I was like
get out of there.
legitimately afraid for his
Okay.
safety. Yeah, and yeah. So Sid, I'm trying to think of who else. I was afraid of Sid. I actually don't know if I was ever afraid of the Undertaker.
Doink the Clown was a little scary to me.
I could see that.
Doink was a
Me too.
little
I got that.
scary, and
I'm with you
Undertaker
on
was
that one.
scary.
He's just weird.
Undertaker was the Giant
Moved
Gonzalez
weird.
was also scary a little bit.
What about Papa Shango at all?
Yeah,
I think I
little
might have been a
scary.
little creeped out by Papa Shango.
Yeah. I felt like secondhand fear. This is a weird emotional recollection, but a secondhand fear when Kamala and Undertaker were feuding, because Kamala seemed so scared of him, and he was so scared of that casket. Oh, like the fear on his face was something that I'll never get out of my head. So maybe I didn't find the Undertaker that scary, and I was just more afraid for Kamala, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. You're afraid for them. I hope. I don't think fans feel that way anymore, but man, I wish they did.
I saw a clip from some sort of probably like early 80s Rocky Mountain Wrestling show.
Yeah.
And it was a guy, it was like Prince Prince Abris or something, and he was just a mummy.
Oh,
He was
wow.
wrapped head to toe in mummy gear.
It wasn't the mummy from WCW, was it?
I don't, unless he changed his name when he
7 feet
went for
tall.
promotion. No, this
Or
is
he was the Yeti. That was his name, right?
like
He was a
Yeti.
mummy, but he was a Yeti.
The
He's a
Yeti.
Yeti, that
It was
getup.
the Yeti.
I think I did a
Yep.
show with him at
Yep.
one point.
This was just a guy dressed, a regular
What?
guy dressed head to toe as like a
As a
Universal
mummy.
Monsters mummy. But they did a couple
Oh.
things that I appreciated, which is that when he took like a shoulder tackle, there was a poof.
Oh, that's
They
cool.
covered him stuff, so he
That-
like poofed.
He put like
and then,
baby powder or something.
yeah,
on
he also
himself,
kept
yeah.
doing this thing where he kept turning he'd like land and then take his arm and then crank it back, so it was like this way and then hit the guy.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before.
It's interesting that the mummy guy in WCW, his name was the Yeti.
Yeah, I
The
don't-
Yeti is like a big
that's
furry
an
thing, right?
abominable snowman.
Abominable snowman. Yeah.
It's a Southern thing. Weirdo Southern
Weirdo
thing. The
Southern
Yeti
thing.
Oh.
was like a weird, it was like a weird like mummy thing. I just texted you guys a picture
That's
of
it.
Prince
Yeah, yeah.
Kharis. And it's
Oh,
it's
snap.
exactly what
It's like
James
Universal
described.
Monsters.
And it is smoke
It's great.
puffing off of
Yeah.
him after
That's
a
definitely
spot.
like baby powder or
It
something.
looks-
That
It's
is
pretty
cool.
good.
awesome.
I mean,
That
it's
is cool.
ridiculous and
He-
absurd.
I could see him being scary too,
Yeah.
actually. And actually, a moment ago I said I don't think
That's
fans are like this
cool.
anymore, but they probably still are like kids. Because we're talking about when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there are probably kids that are still. I've even had matches like on the indies where like a kid would be crying at the end because I was like really beat up or something.
Yeah. I would say like Brody King when he was a heel was pretty scary. Like especially when they had that whole stable.
Who would
And,
be
like-
afraid? Who would be scary nowadays?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's the entrance of someone that like just makes them come off as creepy. I mean,
maybe
again,
Karrion Cross.
Yeah,
I could see
maybe.
him in a Sycho Sid kind of way. I
Yeah,
could see him
in a
being
dangerous-
little scary. Like
Yeah.
I think that it's less of this is a big scary monster, and now to me it's for fans and for kids sort of like in the audience. The unpredictability is the thing that scares people more than anything. There's something about everyone going to a wrestling show now that it didn't feel this way like 25 years ago, but it feels like it now, where everyone's kind of like in on it. Like the audience is like, and we're playing our part. And when you have people that come in and create that friction, I think there's a lot there that people don't consider anymore. I think that's what like John Moxley brings when it's entering through the audience and they're like pushing people out of the way. That's a totally different level of wrestling that I don't think a lot of other people are doing. And I think that would scare a kid. Like a wrestler getting very close to them and in their face would be very like 2004 Super Dragon, like really intimidating. Like there's like no friction like
you
that
went
anymore.
back with that name.
But that's
Holy
that's yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Welcome to it, baby. I was there.
You
and
were
I
scared.
dude, in 04. In 04, I would go to PWG and I'd be like, I love all this. And Super Dragon would come out and be like, I don't want to get
I
involved
think one
with
of my favorite
whatever
things
this
is
is.
he would
This
always
is
come
scary.
out and rip a fan's sign. And then a fan got
Yes,
smart
he
one
would
day
get
and brought a
that-
laminated sign.
Wow.
And he tried to grab it and rip it, and he just couldn't do it. It was so funny. We were all popping in the back. Like, that was smart.
Yeah. That is the problem with, I think, trying to do a legit gimmick like that is you're competing not only with the tone of the entire rest of the show, right? Because if everyone isn't bought in and the whole card is, we're going to take this very seriously. If there's one thing that doesn't match that, it's going to throw everything off. And then you also have to either have the audience on your side or be ahead of them entirely. Because if they're smart like that, they're going to kill it as soon as they can.
Everything was real with him. He would beat the hell out of you.
New Jack was scary.
New Jack was scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Jack was awesome, bro.
Dude, New Jack was so cool. New Jack was so, but I never saw him live, so maybe that's why it was so cool. Because I think if I was there live, it's that unpredictability where I go,
I
don't
did a
know
show
that
with
this is
him
cool anymore. This
early
is
in my
scary to me
career.
now.
He was on the show. Dusty Rhodes was on the show. I think I was maybe 2 years in. And at the end of the night, New Jack and the promoter got into a fight.
Shocker.
They were like tussling
No way.
and everything.
Yeah.
It was a
You owe me
it was
$5
in
kind of
Florida,
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
it's
got
in
it.
Florida too. Shocker,
Yeah.
shocker.
And I got an autograph. I had an elbow pad. I was still teaming with Quicksilver at the time, and he was my original partner. And we both brought white elbow pads that we had Dusty Rhodes sign.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I still have it.
That's super awesome.
That's
Autographed Dusty Rhodes.
wow. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Dusty Rhodes was my mom's favorite
Wow.
wrestler. So yeah, I was like, I gotta
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super cool. I mean, even just the legendary aspect, not even the emotional connection.
Yeah, it was cool. And
Just
we
have
like,
that.
it's like getting an elbow pad signed was
Yeah,
cool. But
yeah.
New Jack, he got no fight with I don't even remember his match.
There's
I
probably
just
a lot
remember
of people that have that same story.
he was awesome. He was always nice to me.
Yeah.
He was always really cool.
He never
with me.
went too deep. That's the thing.
I never worked
he,
him.
he never went to. That's how you know he likes you. You never go too deep when he's gashing open your
I
forehead.
never wrestled him. I don't think I would have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. But he was always nice to me.
Yeah. Well.
Keep up the good work.
You hear
Too less to worry about.
Yeah.
Keep up the good
motivational
work.
messages from New
Is
Jack?
that what he said to you?
No.
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking about his ECW promo.
Oh, yeah.
That's when he had that. Yep, and he called his friend and told him
Boy, oh
keep
boy,
up
that
the
was
good
a
work. That's
hell of a promo.
Hell of a promo.
Too less to worry about.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Holy cow. You couldn't do that.
YouTube
He'd have been
trains
canceled
and
now.
this is an episode.
Well,
been
maybe,
done.
or he would have started a
Canceled.
podcast and it
I
would have been the biggest podcast on the
That
planet.
was insane.
That's the
man.
way, yeah.
It's a crazy ass thing to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Even then.
When you're talking about New Jack, you were in locker rooms with New Jack and Dusty Rhodes.
What did that
What-
smell like?
How have locker rooms changed? How have locker rooms changed kind of in like 20 years of like where you were to like where you are now? Do you feel like it's a huge different world
man.
kind of thing?
Yeah, because like,
Really?
the older wrestlers, you get out of their way. If you're sitting and they're standing, you get up, you give them a seat. Or even just in general, like without it being older wrestlers, if you're going to do a move that someone else does, you have to go ask them, or you just don't do it. Like if I know you do a super kick, I'm not doing it that day. Or if I'm going to do it, I might go ask you, hey, are you doing that today? Now, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Everybody just does the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's everywhere across the board. So yeah, I mean, it's changed a lot. To where, and some of it is in a good way. If you look back, when I first got into the wrestling business, you weren't allowed to be fans of other wrestlers, even if they were older. And I remember one of my my best friends, his name's Eric, he was on Tough Enough. And he actually asked on the show, he was like, if you're a basketball prospect coming into the NBA and you have a Kobe jersey, it's not looked at negatively. But if you're a wrestler getting into the wrestling business and you have like a Bret Hart shirt, then you get called a mark. Like, why is that? Right? And that's something that's changed.
Good.
Now you can openly be fans of wrestlers that came before you or wrestlers in your era. And you don't get called a mark or anything like that. It's openly accepted. And that's something that's changed that I really like.
Yeah, some of that seems, knowing the history of wrestling, a lot of promoter motivated, right? Like promoters don't want the locker rooms to be aligned with each other because then they lose leverage when you come into town. If everyone's like, no, man, we're all going to get paid the same, or we're all going to get paid fairly, but if there's a hierarchy in place, and it seems so crazy to think that there's not an expectation to be a fan of this thing, which the interest is, it's extremely broad entertainment wise, but it's a niche thing to get into. It's a niche art form. So the only way you would have found it wouldn't have been by accident. It would have been by loving someone that came before you.
Absolutely.
So
20 years ago, I would have never walked into a wrestling locker room with a Mr. Perfect shirt on.
yeah.
If there would have been some veteran that had been like, oh, you mark. What are you wearing that for, you mark?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now people pattern their gear after other wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great. I love it. So a lot of change. I would say things have probably changed more positively than negatively.
Yeah, I bet so. I'll get you my James Angel shirt that you can
I'll
wear.
rock it, bro. I'll wear it on TV on one of my pre-tapes. I'll be standing there.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're gonna stand in the back under an underpass? That's awesome.
Catch me in the parking lot. Catch me outside. How about that? That should be the Sky Flight. We need an interview with you. Catch me outside.
It's bright. Can we find some place that's covered?
Bring up a quote from 12 years ago. Like, this is where we are on the show.
Yeah. Oh my
We're
God.
gonna wrap up here soon, though.
Yeah, I think so. Eric, you said you had one more thing you wanted to ask me about Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, I did. You guys were talking about Halloween stuff and everything, and Sky mentioned running a wrestling school. What?
So it was a short period of time, like maybe 2012, 2013. Actually, different times I had helped out. I helped out with another wrestling school back in like 2007. Helped train Peter Avalon, and a few other guys. There was a guy named Serial Man that I helped for that.
Okay.
He's actually my guy. I trained him.
Uh-huh.
I don't, if he's not good, I'm sorry, but I haven't really seen him. But
If Serial Man,
He's a little
isn't cutting the
soggy.
mustard, I'm real. I
He
apologize.
was kind of getting out there for a while though, so that was good. He was a good guy. But yeah, so I had a school for the most part in 2012, 2013. I really enjoyed doing it. Like, I like teaching people. And I also think it kind of makes you sharp, because if you're telling people like, oh, the attention to, I'm a huge attention to detail person, like obsessive. Like I look at every little thing of like, your foot should be here and your hand should be here. And like, I'm like maniacal about it. And so if you're teaching that to someone, it makes you accountable as well. So like, I felt like I was a better wrestler. I may get back to it one day. I'm just way too busy now, but I enjoyed doing it. I like teaching. I like doing seminars. I helped out with the New Japan Dojo when it opened here in LA for those first several camps. So it's just something I enjoy doing.
Yeah. You don't have to take as many bumps.
Hell yeah.
You tell other people to take bumps.
Yeah, you take that bump.
It's a lot of pointing to the mat. You, then you, then you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's
Heck
cool.
yeah.
I obviously, still so early into this for me, but I do notice that one of the epiphany moments, one of like the moments that I clicked, was when someone came in after me, like a younger, less experienced person came in after me, and I had wrestled a couple matches by this point, and they came in ready to graduate to the next level, and working with them made me. You would think working down would make you worse, like somehow even out. It made me way better.
For sure.
Because I could see more obviously in like slow motion the things that I was wrestling, no pun intended, with. And it was really cool. And one of my first breakthrough moments was, I remember we were doing like a drill. It's a tag team match. And there's this new kid, and he was, sometimes you move too much.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like
happy feet.
It's like happy feet and stomp, and it's like I just want to move you to the corner. Like I just remember like tagging myself in, picking him up, grabbing him, pulling myself to the corner, and then being like, slow down. And then everything slowed down for a little bit, and I was like, oh shit, I need to tell that to myself. Like,
The coolest thing too, though, is about teaching, and is when you find someone that you know is special. And I felt that with Peter Avalon. Like I said, back in like 2007, I was just helping out with a friend's class, and it was myself, Candice LeRae would come through and help out as well, and a few others. And Peter was definitely by far the standout of that class, and he was like a guy where I looked then and I was like, this guy's gonna be really good. Like, he's gonna be really, really good. I can see it. And he's a really underappreciated talent. He can wrestle really, really well. His selling is incredible. He can cut a promo. He's got a great character, whether he's gonna be serious or funny or whatever it is. He's got layers, and he's smart. So he's a guy, it's just really unfortunate, honestly, that he's so underrated. Like, people don't know how good he is.
Yeah.
People do. I don't want to say people don't know,
Yeah.
but not enough people know how good he really is.
Yeah.
And I know he's out with an injury right now, but hopefully he'll be able to come back and actually like turn some heads. And I think he's got a lot left in him.
I don't know if we talked about this, but I emailed Peter Avalon maybe it was like a Twitter DM or something. in the interim, in that period between having my first match and not training, because he said he was taking on students.
Yeah.
And I messaged him and I was like, hey, like, what's the deal? He was too far away at the time. And I was like, there's no way I can make this work with any sort of regularity. But I was like, oh, maybe I'd love to train with Peter Avalon. I've seen him a ton around Southern California.
Yeah, that's another guy. It's not like he's like I said already, he's really smart. So he'd be a good guy to train with. Even, you know, at this point, and I know you're wrestling already, but you know, go in there and I've been wrestling obviously a lot longer than he has, but like I'll listen to anybody, you know, and so I do shows with him, and he helps out running some shows for the United Wrestling Network. And I mean, whenever he has input, I'm like, yeah, tell me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he even feels comfortable to tell me sometimes, because I have been wrestling a lot longer, but like, I'll go to him and I'll say, hey, what do you think? Like, what do you think of this? Is this what you wanted, or blah, 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 you know? So, yeah, awesome dude. We should get him on the show sometime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think that gets us to the end of this episode. Rough start, smooth landing. Hold your applause.
Look at this.
No, hold your applause. The pilots hate it. We found that out.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much, as always, for watching, listening, and supporting this podcast. If you want to get more of it in tiny social media clip form, make sure train. If you want to compete, we want to compete with the train videos that are taking this whole medium by storm. Eric says no, but I guarantee you he's seen a couple trains or two. If you've seen train videos in the comments, let us know. You can leave a comment on our videos on YouTube, on Instagram, Creating Character Pod. We are here every single week. If you want to get more from me, search for James Willems. I'm out there, easy to find. Sky?
Yeah, you can search for me too. Scorpio Sky on Instagram, Threads, Scorpio Sky Official on TikTok. That's about it.
That's great. Eric?
Find me at Eric Badur everywhere. I've been commentating, calling a few wrestling shows around Austin. A lot of those clips have been going viral. Just want to let you guys know that if you hear me in the background of a guy getting drop kicked by another guy before a match starts, that is me. So enjoy that clip.
Yeah. I also want to shout out NPW, where I wrestle. They do shows every Friday night. Check them out. Millennium Pro Wrestling. Super cool place, and sometimes it's hard to find weekly shows in Southern California.
Oh yeah.
So
nowadays,
great Friday night show. Come and check us out.
Go check them out. Thank you.
See you guys.
Look at this Nickelback.
Whoa! Every time. Every time.
It's like the end of
dude,
King of the Hill.
Scary. I can't say that.
Gotta go back to the quote.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.